I saw E40 post a Instagram thing basically telling Aaron Judge last week, like, come to the Giants.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that he was playing the recruiter for Aaron Judge. Did you see the report yesterday about the Yankees?
Yeah, 8 years, $300 million.
To me?
That's not enough.
No, but if I'm the Giants, I'm thinking, thank you, Yankees. Like, if he truly is about making the most amount of money, because we don't know what his motivations are, 3 for 8. If I told you right now, there's a Giants tax on you have to outbid the Yankees because you're not as good as the Yankees.
Right.
Your team isn't ready to compete right now, but eventually you will be. And there's a financial tax that you have to add on, a pad, onto that number. What do you think that number is? So if its starting point is 8 for 300, is it more years? Is it more of an AAV, the annual average value?
What is he, 31 years old, right?
Yeah, 31 years old.
I think you got to go 8. Because he wants to go into his 39, 40s. I think it's starting at $400 million.
Okay,
I think it's
but
starting
is
at
that egregious?
Million. No, I don't think so. Especially if you're the Giants who have been bragging to everybody within shouting distance, saying, "Hey, money's not an issue for us. We have blank checks. Money won't be a problem." So I don't want to hear that, hey, 350, that may be a little too steep, or 375, that may be a little too steep. I heard Willard yesterday on the air, and they were discussing, Farhan may not want to go there. Willard's like, nah, this ain't a Farhan thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is above Farhan.
This is above Farhan. This is Larry Baird. This is Charles Johnson. We need a damn star here.
Exactly.
ASAP. And we will spend whatever it takes. So if it's $300, that seems like a benchmark that the Giants could clear easily. Now, by that report coming out, I don't know if it's true or not, but Jeff Passan did report about that deal. Now, all of a sudden, the Mets are probably thinking, and Cohen are probably thinking, like, $300 million? Dude, I sneezed $300 million. I sneezed through $300 million.
So I heard a little conversation between Sampson, who used to run the Marlins, and other baseball executives, and they were basically saying this, which was very interesting. Cohen got approved, and one of the people that was very influential in getting him approved into the baseball ownership fraternity were the Steinbrenners. And so he owes something to them, and part of owing something to them is like a wink, wink, nod, nod. We're not going to go after Aaron Judge and drive the price up for you, but also we're not going to take your guy because I kind of owe you for getting into baseball.
Wow.
Now, can we go after other free agents and try to bid it? Yes.
Would that stop you?
It's interesting that you bring that up. I don't know. I don't know what my affiliation would be in that because I don't know how influential were the Steinbrenners because we know Mark Cuban got denied by getting into Major League Baseball. You need 75% of those owners, 24 people to get on your side. The Steinbrenners are old money.
Old money. And but not only that,
got a lot of influence.
I'm competing with you in New York City.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm competing with you with fans, television ratings,
exactly,
revenue, all that good stuff.
Back of the post.
Back of the post. I want that front page on the post of the New York Times. I don't want you out there. I want the Mets to be the talk of the town, not the New York Yankees. So if I'm doing that, if I'm Cohen, you know what? I'm in baseball now. I had a couple of years. It's not my fault you allowed Aaron Judge to become a free agent. It's not my fault you allowed your GM to play hardball with Aaron Judge and he goes out there and hits 62 home runs. It's not my fault at all. So now he's a free agent. If he comes calling me saying, hey, I want to wear that orange and blue. I want to be a Met. I don't want to leave New York City. I'm calling him saying, you know what? I got to do what I got to do to make my baseball team good.
I totally hear you.
You think Met fans are going to accept that?
No, but I also think that if you just look at it, like take a step back, like there's going to be other fish out there. Like Aaron Judge for the Mets is not the only person that they'd be going after. Now, it's a big get for them because this is the part of Aaron Judge I think people are underplaying. We did this with A-Rod. I'm surprised we're not doing Aaron Judge. He's got like 200 career home runs, okay? If you buy the next 8 years of his career, you're banking on him going 300, 400, 500. 500 home runs still means something to a fan base, and I believe that that's sellable. To me, that's sellable. I truly believe that is.
By the way, 650 Xfinity mobile text line, I'm not sure if it's him or not, but Burner's texting in. Remember we had the disc changer in the glove box or the trunk?
I do.
Had to stop the car, change the disc in the trunk. Good times. Dash cookies.
And what was interesting about having to get out of the car and change it, you were a little nervous. Someone might spot you.
Oh, yeah, and come rob you.
You just never
didn't know. You just didn't pull over anywhere.
That's a man.
You just couldn't pull over anywhere. Hell, I got paranoid.
Speaking of Bernal Heights.
Dude, I got paranoid driving into the parking lot this morning. grab my key card. Garage opens up.
Yeah.
Somebody comes smashing right behind me coming in. I'm like, oh, God, they're about to get me. Oh, my, somebody spotted me. They're about to rob me before I go.
Denzel in Training Day? They're not letting you down the alley?
They came right on my bumper, dog, and I pull into the spot, and then they pull right to the, and I'm just like, and it was, somebody from KCBS, but it was just like, dude, my senses went off, dude. My
it was Stephen Langford.
Yeah, Stephen Langford. I'm like, bro, somebody's about to get me before the show, dog.
Okay, if I told you right now, $400 million, 8 years.
Yeah, I do it.
What is that, $50 million a year, approximately, the AAV?
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but I'm asking you this right now. Right now, Steph Curry.
Scott Boras, Aaron Judge's agent?
Yes, but Steph Curry's getting paid how much right now?
He's getting about $50 a year.
$50 a year. He's underpaid. No, he's Steph Curry. He's Steph Curry. And I'm not saying that Aaron Judge is Steph Curry, but can we agree? He's underpaid. He's worth more on the open market. If you had him on the open market, there were no salary caps. Yep. What he is worth to the Golden State Warriors is infinitely more than $50 million a year.
Jersey sales, ticket sales, you name it.
Okay,
sellouts.
so if I tell you that the Giants have to invest $50 million into Aaron Judge, and you have this trickle-down effect, forget jersey sales and all that. I'm talking about eyeballs.
Right.
Your TV deal, which is going to be expiring in the next couple of years,
goes up.
It goes up.
Your ratings go up. Radio ratings go up.
Your value to the Major League Baseball goes
team.
up.
Your team value goes
up.
Absolutely. You see what the the Warriors are the most valued franchise now in North America.
And if I were to take Steph Curry off that, I think it would take a little dip. Now, I still believe they'd be very, very, very valuable because of the real estate.
Right.
Because this is about real estate as well. It's not just, it's the geography which you occupy. But Aaron Judge is worth the money. Here's the other thing.
Attendance.
You have to spend money to get others to want to join the band.
Well, that's the thing. Pete D'Alessandro, I'll never forget this. I was working at Pete's Coffee at the time, and he comes in. His wife used to come in all the time, Leah, and she used to buy this cappuccino, and he comes in. We started talking, and he said, look, the reason why we gave Derek Fisher a 6-year, $36 million deal, we know Derek Fisher wasn't going to –
yeah.
We know he wasn't going to basically change the culture or whatnot, but we had to show the league that we're willing to spend money. We have a basketball team in the Bay Area, and we want to spend. So the Giants got to show not only do they have to spend, they got to fetch one of these guys. They got to reel them in, and then the rest of the league says, oh, okay, the Giants are back in business.
Think about what it started, the beginning. We forgot so much about it because, Steph, the David Lee trade for the Warriors and him signing an extension, even though they overpaid. I'm asking all Warrior fans today. We know. We overpaid for David Lee. It's worth every penny.
I think so.
Worth every penny.
And he was like one of the first free agents who actually came here and played his ass off.
And wanted to be a Warrior.
And wanted to be a Warrior, wanted to win.
On the heels of losing Baron Davis. So, and then let me go another one. Barry Zito. Say what you want, all right? It was a bad contract.
Right.
Yes, Giants fans, he had that one moment in the playoffs, that one win in the World Series, and what do most Giants fans say? It's probably worth it.
Which is insane.
But it was. I hate to say it. It was.
2 games worth $126 million.
But, it was, though.
I can't believe we're saying that. I can't believe
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? You tell me if I'm factually incorrect.
I can't personally admit that it was worth it. But you can't look at him as a total bust because of the championship he won in 2012. Because of how he saved the season in Game 5 against St. Louis. And, of course, his Game 1, which he wasn't even that great against Detroit.
No, but he had that bunt slap hit down the line.
He wasn't even that great.
Panda was.
I can't overlook all the bad years.
But, Bonte, here's the thing.
But I know, but you're right that Giants fans do say
a lot of Giants
Barry Zito's a legend.
Exactly.
A lot of Giants fans will tell you Barry Zito eats for free here, which is absurd.
He gets standing ovations at Oracle Park. We're a good fan base. That's one thing I'll say. We're a very good fan base.
He's for free in Oakland, by the way.
Agreed. Here's the other thing, B. It didn't stop them from fielding a competitive team around him. Well, that's another thing that you hear a lot about. Like, well, if you spend money on Judge, how can you field a team?
Right.
They won. And now, this is not how they drew it up.
Well, look at the books.
But they won a championship, Bonte. He wasn't even on the active roster in 2010.
I know, 2010. He was sitting in the clubhouse rooting for the Giants to lose. Rooting for the Giants to lose.
No, we all agree. Aaron Judge has got better years ahead of him than whatever we thought Barry. I mean, at the time, we all thought Barry Zito would too, but it feels like we got better years ahead for Aaron Judge.
But also, when you spend money and you get a marquee player, it's easier to build your team around it.
Agreed.
You got somebody in the middle.
Agreed.
Right now, who are you going to build your team around? Nobody's building around Brendan Belt. Nobody's building around Brendan Crawford. Nobody's building around Jock Peterson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not to disrespect them or throw shade at them at all. But you're not building. Logan Webb, Maybe you could flush your staff out around Logan Webb, but you're not necessarily building your roster around Logan Webb, a guy who pitches every 5 days.
Jose Abreu was a Cuban defector who went to the Chicago White Sox and had a monster years, okay?
And they tried to build around him.
You know, but my point is, he was like looking around, okay? And he's like, oh, I want to go join the Astros.
Right.
And I'm going to jump the line so that someone else doesn't beat me to go play with the Astros.
Well, he's probably feeling like, too, wow. You bring all these guys in, Moncada, Eloy Jimenez, you got Tim Anderson, but you bring in Tony La Russa, and you basically destroy 2 of my prime years.
Sure.
I'm out of here. I'm going to go to Houston, where I don't have to carry the team. I got Alvarez, I got Bregman, I got Tucker, I got Altuve, and I got Dusty Baker, who knows what the hell he's doing, and he's not outdated.
Guys want to play with their buddies.
Yep.
They want to play where it's fun. Like, I know.
So who's Aaron Judge's buddy?
B, at this point, this is why I kind of love the Giants situation. It's an open canvas. It's blank. Aaron, who do you want to play with?
Yeah.
Like that's the one. The beauty of where the Giants are at right now. They have a lot of young talent coming through the system, obviously. But number 2, they have nothing financially committed. No, I look at the Yankee situation. We have overrated. Look at their situation. I don't want to get too deep. They have some bad contracts. Stanton is anchoring them.
Dude, Stanton has been a bad contract so far.
And like Stanton.
And as Giants fans, we may have dodged a bullet with Stanton. He can't stay on the field.
I wanted him.
Oh, I wanted him.
For Christian Arroyo.
I wanted him so bad.
Oh, I wanted him.
I wanted him.
But he can't stay on the field.
Late at night praying for Stan to be a Giant.
But he can't stay on the field. He can't.
You think about that going back then, the Giants were like, no, Christian Arroyo's untouchable. How absurd does that sound? Even as bad as Stanton has been for the Yankees, because it's bad.
Oh, you still do that deal.
Come on.
You kidding me? You still do that deal. All right, this segment was brought to you by Golden State Lumber. Serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. When you succeed, we succeed. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com. By the way, it is scorching in the studio today.
What is going on?
It is like 80 degrees, dog. It is hot.
Hey, it's December 1st, Bonte. It's cold out there. Drive safe.
It is baking in here. All right. Jason Aponte, 650. Darrell Wright, 8 o'clock. Mark Clayton, a blast on the pass. You remember Mark Clayton? The Mark brothers. Mark Duper, Mark Clayton.
Of course I do.
Mark Clayton's going to join us at 8:30. We'll talk some old school Dolphins football.
One was 81. I think it was Duper, and the other was 84, right?
84. It was at 85.
It was 85? Maybe I'm wrong. 85? I think you might be right.
But remember, Duper had the little 2-bar helmet?
Come on.
He was
straight early 80s.
Dude, straight early 80s.
Him and Joe Theismann.
Dude, they were running straight deep routes. It was unbelievable.
I actually love those face masks.
Dude, I do too. Did you watch that Football Life on Joe Theismann?
Oh, dude, when him and Drew Pearson are at their high school, I didn't know his first high school pass was to another Hall of Famer.
Unbelievable. And Drew Pearson always with the hut.
Oh, dude, Drew Pearson, by the way, great baseball player too, apparently.
Yeah, no doubt.
Both of those guys.
You see them in the pictures
dude,
together?
Ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
It was 85 and 83. Thank you.
85 and 83, yeah.
I was wrong. I'll stand down.
No, it's all good. What's coming up next on the game? Brought to you by Fremont Bank, full service banking. No compromises. And Pfizer